Hey guys, in this video we'll show you some commands and spells that have been in the game for a long time. Some of these commands have existed since the beginning of the game. They were used back then when the client did not have the chat system, and the way to communicate to a specific group of people or even send a private message was by using these commands since there weren't any windows in the chat. The first command is the say command. This allows you to type in the default chat, which is the local chat of current days. It still works and some people use it with spells to avoid spamming private message with their spells, as it bypasses the chat you're currently in and sends the message directly to the local chat. You can try it out by yourself by using it with a spell in any channel like this. The next command is the whisper. It allows you to send a whisper in chat and also bypasses any chat you're in. It is not used at all, as whispering is a chat feature that is rarely used nowadays. The next command is yelling. It works the same way as the others, but this time you send a yell in the local chat. These are three basic chat commands that are not so used, since the current chat system can give you better options when it comes to communicating. The only good use they have nowadays is avoiding the spam in private chats. For that, just set up your hotkeys as text and add this at the beginning. Private chats also had a command so you could communicate with players when the old chat system existed. For that, you put the player's name like this. Characters can also be auto-completed with this character, so you don't have to type the full name as long as two characters didn't have a similar string of characters. This allowed the option to display a private message to yourself, as you only had to auto-complete your name to do so. All of these are player commands, but game masters also had commands on their own. They were used to help them on their job. The broadcast command was used to send messages to all players in one world. You could see the red message in the middle of the game window. You didn't get to see these messages too often. Game masters said they were immediately flooded with messages right after they sent it, so they only used it when something important had to be said. There was also a way to send a red message in the current channel they were chatting. The C command allowed them to do that. It was mostly used to let you know there was an actual game master writing in the chat. It was used to address people who had been reported or to display warnings in public chats. Game masters also had the ability to send a red message to a specific person. They had to use this command. It was also used to display warnings to players, but in a private way, so they could know a game master was talking to them. These commands still exist in the game. Zipsoft members use them in test servers. If you try to use them, you will simply send a normal message in the local chat, or a normal private message if you're using the name command. Game masters also had several spells that were created specifically for their job. These are the Omana spell. This spell could kick a character off the game no matter what. It bypassed protection zone blocks, so even if you were killing players or hunting and a game master cast the spell on you, you would disconnect from the game immediately. The Omani spell would send you to the temple. It was used mostly to get rid of people that were just being annoying and disrupting the game. The Alanisio spell allowed the game master to teleport to you. This was used to investigate reports on a specific player so they could verify by themselves if such player was breaking the rules. The Alani spell teleported the game master to a certain point on the map. They just had to type the coordinates of the place they wanted to go. Alani could also be used to set the walking speed of a game master. They had 4 values to choose: fast, fastest, slow and normal. Slow would be the speed of NPCs. Normal and fast are speeds that you can usually find in Tibia, and fastest was the so-called game master speed that only high levels are able to reach. Alani Hur was the levitate spell for game masters. They had this special spell for levitating, as game masters did not have mana, therefore they couldn't use the normal one. And Alitotera disintegrated all movable objects in front of the game master. It was used to break traps that were considered as destructive. These spells are still active in the game. You can check it by yourself. Just type them and you will see the message on the client telling you you don't have this spell. The reason they still exist is because Zipsoft members can still use them whenever they want to. And that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new about Tibia. Take care guys and see you in the next video.